Before I get started on this episode and review of Batwoman, I just want to tell everyone that I love you guys. I really, really do love you guys. I appreciate all of the support that you give me. The reason I'm saying this is because you guys wanted to know what I think of Batwoman. And I sat down and I watched this pilot episode for you guys. And I'm telling you guys that I love you because this was a tough watch. This pilot episode was trash. And I sat down through that because I love you guys. Just had to throw it out there. Yeah. Coming off the Joker this weekend, I was so hyped. I was like, man, that's an all-time great movie. Especially since it's in DC. I love DC. And then we get the Batwoman TV show on the CW. Comes out virtually the same time, a few days later. So I sit down, I watch this show, and I'm like, can they just end this? This is not a good TV show. This is one of the worst pilot episodes I've ever seen. One of the biggest problems I have with it is everything felt very, very rushed. It went from one scene to something very, very different. Then it rushes back to something else. It didn't flow very well for me. It really, really didn't. And before I forget, the shield media, they're kind of eating this up. The Rotten Tomatoes score on Batwoman's TV show so far, one episode in, is 71. For the shield media, that's not very high. That tells you how bad this is. So if the shield media is giving Batwoman a 71, you can only guess what the audience is giving it. The audience hates Batwoman. It's sitting at a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. So they feel the exact same way I do about this show. There's really nothing good about the show whatsoever. Nothing. You do get to see Batman in this TV show in flashbacks for a little bit. Kind of hard to make out if you ask me, but also I was watching the episode on my cell phone too. But the villain in this TV show, Alice, she's kind of like this knockoff of the Joker, Trickster, Harley Quinn. Not intimidating whatsoever. She's not intimidating at all. She is one of the worst villains I've seen. Just bad. Just very, very bad. As far as our main star, Ruby Rose as Kate Kane. Kate Kane is just very, very flat in this episode. I wouldn't say that she's horrible, but it seems like she didn't really add anything to this episode, if you ask me, in my opinion. I think that the CW was probably really trying to rush her to get her into the bat suit. That's what I felt like, because I think her change into Batwoman was way too abrupt for me. Once she got into the cave, she started thinking to herself and everything. And the first time she's in a cave, she doesn't, change into Batman. But she goes back and she says the line, "I need you to fix this suit." The suit is literally perfection. It will be when it fits a man. A woman, okay? So all of a sudden she gets the suit, and for some kind of way, she knows how to operate all the gadgets and stuff. She can use the bat hook and everything like that. She beats Alice. She gets Sophie back. But I'm like, okay, she's been in this suit for about 2 seconds and she knows how to operate everything. The bat suit was made relatively fast, if you ask me. But the episode was very, very rushed. Very rushed to me. Now, she didn't become Batwoman until the second episode. I think it would have flowed a little bit better to me. Because if you look at Arrow, for example. Arrow had a better flow. You actually got to see Oliver Queen transform into Arrow. In this one, there's not much of an arc to Kate Kane becoming Batwoman. I mean, there's no Batman in this show. Batman abandons the city, which I didn't like that angle because it kind of makes Batman look like a bad guy, in my opinion. Why did he leave? We don't really have an idea, but you can kind of speculate maybe. But either way it goes, it's not a good reason why he left. So I just don't like what they did with Batman. I'm sorry, I'm saying Batman. I mean Batman. I don't like that angle. But I can tell you this. I think there's a reason why we don't see her actually with the red hair in this episode. And it's because when she, does her Batwoman stuff, you can't really tell if it's a man or a woman in a suit. So everyone thinks that it's Batman throughout the whole episode, throughout the rest of the episode when she shows up as Batwoman. And kids are saying, hey, it's Batman, and hey, it's Batman. And you remember that line in the trailer where she says, I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work? I think that's the reason why she gets the lipstick and the red hair, and she looks more feminine in the bat suit because she wants people to know that she's a woman, because people are thinking that Batman is fighting crime when he's not around. So I think that's the reason why she says that, even though she's still in Bruce Wayne's tech and his gear and destroys his suit to make it fit her. But that's another story, so I digress. This TV show, this pilot episode, I should say, I'm going to give it like a 2 out of 10. There is nothing in this show that's good. The villain, Alice, the villain, not intimidating whatsoever. She's one of the worst villains I've seen. When I was watching Arrow and you see Deathstroke on screen, you're like, that guy's intimidating. When you're watching Flash and you see Zoom, you're like, he's intimidating. But when you watch Alice in this show, you're like, she's not intimidating. And it has nothing to do with her being a woman. Nothing whatsoever. She's just not an intimidating villain at all. Now, the alphabet community stuff in the TV show, because we know from the trailer that Kate Kane and Sophie have a relationship. But you find out very early on in the pilot episode that it's really just a flashback to when they was in boot camp. And they break up. So flash forward to the present when Alice captures Sophie and kidnaps her. Batwoman comes in, rescues her. Guess what? The alphabet community is going to freak out when they find out what happens. Sophie and Kate Kane are not together. Sophie is married to someone else. And guess what? She's married to a man, not a woman. So I'm pretty sure that the alphabet community is going to be saying, oh, we got representation at the beginning of the show. And by the end of the episode, they're going to be like, no, they're going to be screaming because they're not together. And this supposed couple, one of them actually is married to a man. I can actually see them crying out about that, and CW can get some backlash from that community. But overall, guys, don't waste your time seeing this TV show. Don't waste your time watching any of it. I'm out now. I'm not going to watch any other episodes on this show. It's not worth my time. I already wasted 45 minutes of my life that I can't get back because I wanted to review Batwoman for you guys. So thank me later, watch the video, share the video. That's all I'm asking for you to do, because that was a rough watch. I think it's probably the worst CW show there is. Now, Supergirl, I hear is woke and everything like that, but I think I only saw like one episode of it, and that was years ago, and I don't even remember it. And as far as the wokeness go, I guess you can say the wokeness level in Batwoman wasn't as high as in the trailer. I was going in episode 1 thinking that it was going to be super woke like the trailer. It really wasn't. It just wasn't good. You know, the line that she says, you know, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman, you know, that was the woke line in the movie, or in the TV show Pilot, I should say. But really, that was about it. I guess there was some other subtleties, but for the most part, it just wasn't good. But guys, what do you think of this? Have you seen the pilot episode of Batwoman? If you have, let me know what you think about that in the comments. If you don't want to see it, don't watch it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.